Hi guys! I hope everyone's doing well and everybody got to go outside on Wednesday and enjoy some of this sunshine. Sure was windy though, so hope everyone's doing well. Just wanted to remind you that in each of the math lessons that I'm giving you that you are supposed to go into extra math and be working on your basic math facts. And I am getting a printout of that each week. And just want to let you know that that will be reflected on your report card, that if you're not participating or not completing that work, then you're not going to get as high of a grade as you would be as if you were completing it. So that's one thing that you need to go in and remember to do 4 or 5 times a week. And I can see which days you're practicing and which not. So you need to get in there and do that. Also, you need to be checking your work. And by providing the links down below or the sheets down below, you're able to check your work against the work in your books. So please make sure that you're checking it and that you're letting me know if you have any questions. If you can't figure it out or your parents can't help you, be more than happy to discuss it with you during school day hours. So you can just email me, and then I will get back to you. And if we need to have a phone call or a phone conference, we can do that, okay? So tonight, what we're going to do is finish lesson 7-2. So I'll give you minutes to get your red spiral. We're going to start with mental math and reflexes. So this is lesson 2. It's lesson 7-2. And today's date is Wednesday, April 29th, 2020. So the first thing that I'm going to ask you to do is write a number, and then I'm going to ask you to circle a digit in a certain place and then underline the digit like we've done in the past, okay? So the first number is, please write 630,726. 630,726. I need you to circle the 10,000s digit and underline the 100,000s digit. Circle the 10,000s digit, underline the 100,000s digit. The numbers that you should have written is 630, 726. You need to circle the 3 in the 10,000s place, and you need to underline the 6 in the 100,000s place. Next number. Please write 263,014,613. 263,014,613. Circle the 10 millions digit. Circle the 10 millions digit. Underline the 10,000s digit. Underline the 10,000s digit. The numbers that you should have written should be 2, 6, 3, 0, 1, 4, 6, 1, 3. The digit that you should have circled is in the 10 millions digit, and that's the number 6. The second or the first 6 that's in that number. So after the 2, that should be circled. Underline the 10,000s digit is the 1, and that's the first one in that number. So it's right before the 4. Okay. All right. So that's our warm up for today. Then it was asking us to finish going through 7-2, so I want to just review that before I give you your assignment for today of what you're going to be completing. So the powers of 10, if you recall from yesterday, sorry, I'm trying to balance this on my chair and sometimes it doesn't work very well, so I might need to go a different direction. Oh, there comes Gus. Little Gus to see the lesson. Oh, hello, Gus. Oh, bye-bye. Sometimes he makes an appearance, sometimes he doesn't. Oh, and look who else came. Oh, little puppy. Hello, Pop. Hi, Dottie. Okay, that's enough dogs. So, powers of 10. If you recall from yesterday, we talked about 10 to the 0 power all the way through really any power that you wanted. So when we talked about 10 to the first power, we knew that we were just going to take the number 10. So we knew that by that, 10 to the 0 power was just equal to 1. 10 to the second power, you were going to take 10 times 10, and we know that 1 times 1 equals 1, and that when we move the decimal over 2 place values, when we're thinking about it, then we get the answer 100. So this is what we mean by the powers of 10. We'll take this a step further tomorrow when we start talking about the scientific notation of numbers, but this is how you get to write really, really large numbers without having to write all of the digits out. So that's the main purpose for this. And like I said, in careers that require, like definitely in research, doctoring, pharmacy, things that you're measuring space, anything with engineering, buildings, things like that, you might use the exponential notation so that you don't have to write the numbers completely out, okay? So that's what we had talked about from yesterday, and we know that you're going to be studying a little bit later on the negative powers of 10, which I told you. And so if the positive numbers of 10 are above 1 whole, then the negative powers of 10 is less than 1 whole. So it starts to become just a parallel of the place values, just like we've learned all along. So we'll work on that a little bit more later on. Sorry, I just had a big wind gust. So we'll make sure that we connect that learning to our learning that we're learning right now later on so that you can feel that. So what I'm going to be asking you to do for your assignment today is that I want for you to complete your study link for 7.2. I know that you completed your 7.1 link, and you did page 212 and 213 for today. And so for tonight, I want you to, for Thursday, I just want you to work on your study link. It's not very long, but it does talk about, it uses the chart again that gives you a help as to how it looks like, what they're called. I specifically want you to pay attention to the prefixes. I was looking in Mrs. Schaefer's class, and I noticed that you guys were working on prefixes. And so you'll see those again and what they mean for kilo and mega and giga and tera. So if you look at that, that's kind of an interesting connection between the two classes. So you can use that chart, or you can use the chart from a couple of lessons ago when you're trying to figure out what those answers are. I do want to review prime factorization again and expanded notation, because you'll be asked to do both of those on your study link as well in the review area, okay? So I'm going to balance you back over here, and I want to talk to you about prime factorization. Let's say that we have the number 56, and we're asking you to write this in prime factorization. This is not a prime number because it has an even digit at the end, which makes it divisible by 2 and other numbers, we think. So we don't want, that's not a prime number, so we have to break it down into prime numbers. So let's think about 2 facts that equal 56. 8 times 7 equals 56. The 7 is a prime number, so I'm going to go ahead and circle that, and I know that that is no longer needing any attention because it's already in prime form. The 8, though, needs to be broken apart because we know that 8 is a composite number. It's not a prime number. So again, 2 times 4 equals 8. We know that 2 is a prime number, so we can circle that, and that is no longer needed to be worked on. But the 4 can be broken down into 2 times 2. We know that both of those numbers are prime. So now if we take 2 times 2 times 2, which I'm just getting these from the circles, times 7, if we check those facts, it should go back to the number that was composite, 56. So 2 times 2 is 4, times 2 is 8, times 7 equals 56. So that's how you figure out what your prime factorization is, okay? Now remember, when we used exponents, we could also write it in that way. 2 times 2 times 2. The base is 2, and we're writing it to the third power, because we have 3 of the 2's, times 7. And remember, when you use exponent form, you're supposed to put the bases in order. So the smaller bases go first and the larger bases go next. It doesn't have anything to do with the exponents. It has to do with the bases, to put the bases in order. And those are the larger numbers. Okay. The last thing that I want to talk about is writing out in expanded notation as far as when we are breaking apart a number. So let's say that I have the number 2,196, and I want to write this in expanded notation. This first number is worth, the value of the 2 is worth 2,000. The next value is worth 100 because it's in the 100 column. The next value is 90 because it's in the tens column. And then the last number is a 6. You do not need to write equals the number again. You're just supposed to write 2,000 plus 100 plus 90 plus 6. And the only reason why I didn't write the 6 over here is because I ran out of room. So really it should just be one continuous string that goes along, okay? I do want to talk about what happens if we have a number that is sitting just with a 0-digit place value holder and not an actual number other than a 0. So the first number, 3, is worth 1,000. The second number is 0, and it's worth 0 hundreds. But we do not need to put that into our addition frame. Just a second, Dave's getting Gus, hold on. We can skip straight to the 1, and we know that we have that is worth 10, and then this number is worth 6. If we were to add these together to double check our work, remember, we would need to keep these all in place value in straight lines in order to correct it. This first number would be 6103, and we have 3,016, which is exactly the number that we started with. So when you have a 0, you do not need to include that and add plus 000. Several of you all the time will ask me, will you get it wrong if you do? And again, kind of a teacher preference, but the answer is you should. It should just be skipped, okay? So that's it for the 2 review parts. So study link, and then I will catch up with you guys tomorrow. All right? I hope you have a great night. I miss you all so much. Take care.